We're going to look at some specific types of advertising, including sales promotion, point of purchase advertising, and support media. Here we are at 15. This is our fifth and final unit. There's 3 chapters in here. I'm sorry, 4, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we're getting close, very, very much closer than we were before. So finish strong. Sales promotion, definition and types of sales promotion. So sales promotion, it gives a reason to purchase. So it's short-term sales with use of incentive. It's an incentive to buy, coupons, cents-off deals, premiums, contests, cards, frequent buyer cards and things like that. Trade sales promotions like point of purchase display, cardboard cutouts in stores and things like that, displays in grocery stores, and then business incentive, loyalty programs and such. So all of these can act together to really promote activity at its source. Now here's the thing. So, and it does work, but you got to understand one thing. There's a trade-off because once you go down this road and start doing coupons and things like that and cents off, and the market learns this very quickly and tends to keep wanting you to do the same thing over and over again. So bear that in mind. The importance of growth, price promotions, loyalty programs. You're trying to kind of buy their love in a sense. But it is effective. So short-term such coupons, price reductions, Pennies. J.C. Penney's is a good example of where they run ads constantly. So it's a very they tried to back out of it because they could never make full margins, but it did, pretty well. Purpose of the sales promotion, purpose of the advertising. There's, you have to understand these are not. They're not opposed to each other, but they're not necessarily complementary. So sales promotion is short term. Purpose of advertising is long term. At least in its goal. Now it might have short term in a sales promotional context, but so understand what your trade-offs here. Brand switching, we want to encourage brand loyalty. Induce trial, meaning you go out and try it, you've never heard of it. You want to get to that point. Price orientation versus feature and benefit. The only reason they're buying from you is because it's cheaper all of a sudden. And that's typically not the optimal. It might be the only thing you've got, but it's not the optimal solution or the outcome you're looking for. And then obtain immediate results. The other's more long term. So that's kind of the basic difference between the two. Stimulate trial purchase, repeat purchases, larger purchases. These again can be very sophisticated, and with you usually don't see these with premium brands. Okay, so if it's positioned as a premium luxury high price brand, you don't usually see it. This is more price sensitivity type of things. If you're buying $20,000 watches, your price sensitivity is not what I would call ordinary. So that's another way to look at this. So objectives. So it's a push strategy. You're trying to push people in, product out to the trade channel. So a push strategy would be we're trying to fill up the store with our product. That's a push. Pull would be the advertising we do to get people to go into the store and ask for it. So it's push pull aren't competitive, but they can happen at the same time. The risks of sales promotion, like I said, creating a price orientation. So the only time they buy is when it's cheap or when you're running a sale. You can borrow from future sales because they'll buy it quicker because it's cheaper. So there's this comes at a price, and that would be profit margin. You can alienate consumers' changes in loyalty programs can alienate time and expense to do these things, and other legal considerations as noted. Point of purchase, again, like cardboard cutouts, point of purchase can be very effective. Walk through a grocery store and you'll see exactly what I mean. Role of support media in comprehensive IBP. So outdoor signage, billboard advertising can be really powerful, but it's not a long-term message. Might be expensive, and it's not as targeted as it might be, but it's fantastic for getting wider exposure of a message, and around the clock for that matter. Again, know your target market. And just some other things. Packaging is a definite marketing tool. How it's packaged, how descriptive it is. For example, packaging for premium goods tends to be premium kind of packaging. It's not a brown paper bag. It has an elegance to it, so that helps you sell. And I think that's probably as far as we need to go. So read this very important chapter, especially when you're working in your project and such. So take care. I look forward to seeing your work.